There we go. Let's start this over. Let's go back to the SPY here. So I'm going to cut some of it short. We're headed to breakout is what it looks like to me. And until something changes, that's what I'm going to go with. I mean, we've got ourselves a low, a high, a higher low. We're working on that higher high. You know, I know a lot of people that's like, bear, we're going to fail. If you were to take the SPY off the chart and this just be a chart, they would be jumping with joy. They'd be looking for a breakout. They'd be buying, they'd be buying shares. They'd be buying contracts. They'd be rocking. They're going to be spending the money already. But because it's the SPY and because it's the market, then, they have to build in a little bit of negative attitude toward it. Look, I am definitely bullish here, but something could happen. I mean, we don't know what this candle is going to end up to be today. We have no idea. We can only speculate. And my speculation involves, well, what's it doing right now? And do that, because you can't predict what it's going to do this afternoon. You cannot do that. So I'm going with what's happening right now, which is bullish. We break out. We're headed to that 679 area. And we get through the 679, then we're going to head to the 685. We'll make higher targets if it needs it, but not until then. All right, let's take a look at the diamonds now. Diamonds, they are killing it. Diamonds are smoking, man. They've broken out. They're up 1, 2, 3 days. Little inside day this morning. If we get a little pullback in the diamonds, that would be perfectly normal. 1, 2, 3 days up. A little bit of a pullback. 1, 2, 3 days up, a little bit of a pullback. Very, very normal action, what's happening here. IWM, there we go. IWM, I think, is doing a pretty good job. We're up. We're just moving sideways here. Looks pretty good to me. There's the low. There's the high. Higher low. We're working on getting the higher high. Just dancing along the T-line there. So I think all is good. Qs looks a lot like the SPYs. And let's take a look at IYT, the transports. Transports are doing pretty good, all things considered. Pretty ugly candle pattern up here. We did get that follow through. And then the bulls came right back in. And now we're starting to move our way up, claw our way up the upside. If transports can break out, we just might have something here. SMH, if it can hold what it's doing and continue to crawl up, man, we've got ourselves a bullish chart coming. If we take a bullish market coming, if we take a look at VXX down here, you can see that it's pre-market, it's down there below the T-line below the trend indicator. Trend indicator is below that yellow line, which is the 34 EMA. Unfortunately, T2123 doesn't give us anything pre-market, so we can't really do anything there. And if you look at the SPY, we're still holding on the SPY pre-market. So if you ask me, right now, the market is pretty good. All right, let's take a look at a few stocks, and then we'll look at my stock of the morning. It's not going to be what anybody thinks either, believe me. Take a look at RXO here. RXO. We're breaking out over. Oh, here's something everybody needs to be aware of. Okay, notice on RXO, earnings is on the 6th coming up of November. So. 2, maybe 3 weeks away. Please keep in mind that earnings are coming. So if you buy something, if you don't like to hold through earnings, make sure you check, before you buy it. It can be frustrating because a lot of what you might want to buy is too close to earnings for you, and then you don't want to be in it. For those that really don't care about earnings, well, then forget everything I just said. So here's RXO. We've had a little rounded bottom breakout, and now we're breaking out over the 200 period moving average. And my target up here is about $22. So there's a couple stop-offs along the way, but right now with 20% on the stock. That's a darn good stock move. And then if you're buying the options on it, that's a 40+% options move there. So RXO on the watch list. I'm going to stop right here, and I want to do this real quick. Let me do this, please. So let's make this blue. So I'm looking, no, let's make this green. Sorry about that. So I'm looking for RXO to move up here, right? Now, so RXO might do something like this. Maybe pop up like that. And then here, we'll make this one red. And then we're going to go like this. Then we'll make this one this color. Okay. So now, a logical, extremely logical way for this stock to move is to move up and then consolidate. Up and then consolidate. So while you're moving up, watch for the 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 days up. You can just know it's going to consolidate. A lot of traders, even myself sometimes, it's like, what? I can't believe it did that. And then when you look at the chart, well, it's up 3 or 4 days. What did I expect? And the information comes from, go look at the chart and see what happens when it's up 3 or 4 days. So, just think of little boxes up there. When you run up, watch for that next box. It'll pull back a little bit before it breaks out. Anyway, something I thought of last night to mention today. I hope that's a little bit helpful, okay? So anyway, RXO is looking pretty good. Here's one. Who wants to play some AMC? I hear a lot of chatter on AMC here, and it might be a humdinger. That's the trading word for the day, by the way, humdinger. Kind of like that BYNB. I see a lot of people thinking that AMC might be that way. I can't tell you that it's going to be or it's not, but at $2.88 for the stock, if you bought a few shares and just put it in your pocket for a little bit, don't worry about it. And then, who knows, maybe that will happen. We are setting up here near the bottom. We've got not quite a double bottom because it's a little higher. So we could say we've got a low, high, higher low here. We're flirting with that 50-period moving average, and it could get going here. So anyway, like I say, for $2.88, maybe it might be worth buying a little bit. Just put in your pocket and sit on it for a little bit. See what happens here. Another one is C. I really like what C is doing. Now, so what is C doing? That's the real question here, isn't it? Well, if we just wait for the cards to get turned over above that line, I'm going to look at it being bullish and trade it bullishly. Below that line, this line, I'll trade it to the bearish side. Pretty simple. So C is setting up. Right now, I would have to give it a bullish mark on it. That's what I'm wanting to see. And that's because we're coming from a big bullish trend. And this is just a little bit of rest and relaxation. But it could get nasty. If the market got nasty, it could get nasty. And then we can trade it to the downside short, looking at the 200s up here. So keep your eyes on this one. Looking pretty good there. Let's take a look at DKNG. DKNG. This is my trade for the day right here, DKNG. We've got a nice little bottom right through here. We've got a low to a high, to a higher low. And now what I'm looking for is a nice little breakout here. And then target a relief rally up toward that 200 period moving average and possibly up to the 50 period moving average. So with a buy in the neighborhood of, say, 35 and a quarter, I'm looking at a 12% trade on the stock or a 25% trade or more on the option right there. So that's a stock I'm looking for for a nice little relief rally. DKNG, that's my trade of the day. If I had to pick another one, if I had to, it would be this one, right? Where did it go? Seriously, where'd you go? There it is. Take a look at MGen here. Look at MGen. Man, that is a beautiful setup if you ask me. Here we've pulled all the way back to the 200 period moving average. We've got a double bottom right here. Target to the upside. It's going to be right there. A few stop-offs along the way. There's no doubt about it. You know, there'll be some ups, some backs, some ups, some backs. But right there is what I think a beautiful chart. And that's about 27% away on the stock there. Okay, 27%. So nice chart there. All right, let me answer some questions here. You guys have some charts out. Bill. A lot of stocks pulling back, come across major reversals, and then next day back. No more crazy times. Yes, this is very crazy times. The market's a bit volatile right now, and there's, you know, I'm sure there's more than one reason. I can't help thinking that the government shutdown is, you know, making the market a little bit testy. I'm sure there's other reasons why the market's a little bit testy. The market is extremely overbought, but it's not giving up, and that makes traders a little bit nervous. So, yes, the market is volatile right now. You do have to trade smart. This is not the kind of trading where you just wake up in the morning and you throw mud against the wall and then you keep what sticks. It's not like that. You've got to pick them. You've got to manage them, and you've got to take those profits, and you've got to get out of them if they're not working. This market's a little different. Yeah. Hey, Carmen. Yeah. BYND is up pretty big here, and you know it's up big, but nowhere in the world I would have never traded this in a million years. It's not my cup of tea. I don't chase fast stuff like this. A lot of people do, and congratulations for those that do. But it's not the way I dance. So, all righty, hey, let's see, XYZ long. Let's take a look. XYZ to the long side. If you take a look at XYZ, it's just moving sideways. So one might say, well, you know, when you break out, that's when we'll look to be going higher. If you're looking at it long right now, I certainly understand that. I think I would, you know, when you look at it long, you're going to have to say, okay, where's my stop? So I would have to put my stop right here about the 76.40, maybe a little lower actually. Yeah, I'll go a little lower. And my stop may be a little tighter than what you might put up there. But yeah, we're just moving sideways right now. So let's just look at the weekly chart. Take a look at the weekly chart, and if you know, if you were to wait till we actually had that breakout, there's your next target to the upside up here, about $100. So, you know, you're going from 81 to 100. That's a nice little move, and then through 100, look at the upside potential of this. Absolutely huge. So, yeah. It's viable right now, yes, or wait to that breakout. Let's see, HL long. Let's take a look at that. HL, that would be a no. Yeah, I would have to know your reasoning behind that, but yeah, I'm gonna say no. CAVA, nice chart. Nice chart. I'm gonna have to flag that. We've got ourselves a low right in here. We could actually do this too, I think. Take these lows over here and come over to those lows, and we've got ourselves an inverted head and shoulders. We've got a nice little bullish, we'll call that a bullish engulf, I think it is. Ooh, hold the phone here. Hold the phone. Let's do this. See this candle over here? Look at that. Nice, right? Now, see these candles? Down, 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 down. Now, see that candle? That's called a rising method right there. That's nice. That's a very nice bullish candle setup. And I'm going to put a line right here, right about there, I guess. We start to break out of that 65.80, then that will confirm that rising method right in there. Beautiful, beautiful chart. This is high on my list to buy today. Wins earnings on the 11th. Be careful with that. Once price, the T-line and trend indicator move over the 50, then we're going to have ourselves a nice little rounded bottom breakout. That is a super nice looking chart. It just needs to get going there. It is a restaurant, and one has to wonder how restaurants are doing. So anyway, beautiful chart. Thank you very much. Hey, Alan, you're watching ON. I don't blame you. Let's flag that one. There you go. Yeah, I don't blame you. Here we are up to that 50% retracement right there. The next target up is up here at the 57.10 area and then 59.35 area. Now, very, very nice chart. Rallied up. Here's your pullback and rest. I'd be watching for that buy signal. Whatever your buy signal is, watch for that. And when I say whatever, everyone's got a buy signal. In the trading room, we've got people that, let me get my arrow here. We've got people that would buy this right now. We've got people that would, let's make this red. And let's just get it down like that right there. And let's get our arrow back. We've got people that will buy like that. And then, we've got people that'll, I'm just going to start drawing over here a little bit. We've got people that'll buy on a green candle, people that'll wait to break out. The entry is, notice targets aren't changing, okay? The targets aren't changing. They're there. It's that entry. Everybody's working on an entry that works for you. Not everybody gets, the super duper entry, and I'm not saying that's the place to enter it, because how do you know this is not going to go down there, go down lower? But it's, everybody's working on that entry. So the entry is like an area, because like I said, there's going to be people get it super cheap, say medium. There's going to be people pay a little higher for it, and then there's going to people pay even a little higher yet for it. It's all about you, your plan, and how you see the chart. Okay? Thank you. That's a nice one. We'll be watching that one here. Hey, Sharon, you're looking at some APH? Yowzer. So APH, yeah, it just got a nice boost here. Hope you're in it. If you're not, then, if for somebody trading the gap, it's really simple. The gap, you've got your gap here. Watch, there's a lot of folks that'll say, watch the first 5 minutes. Some will say, watch the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You watch that, and then, what you're looking for is a little bit of a move up, a little bit of a move back, and then, you're looking for that reason that it stops moving back, and now this is where a lot of people will get long on an intraday chart, something like that, or even where it breaks out of that high. So, or you simply sit patiently and wait until tomorrow, and if it turns out it gives us an inside day, something like that, then that would be something to trade as well. But definitely, now that it's had this big pop, it's one to keep on that watch list. I always say, charts that you wish you were in, those are the ones you want on your watch list right there. They will give you another chance. So, looking pretty good there. Let's see what else I have. Love. I talked about love, I forget what day, but here it's gone through our 50% retracement. It's tagged our first target up here, and our next target now is sitting at 35.60-ish, right up there. So let's watch love move on up. Here's a nice looking chart. Take a look at DLO. coming off that 50-period moving average, rose up, and here's our pullback, right? So here's the from here to here, maybe these 2 days, I can see somebody saying, man, I wish I was in that chart. Doggone it, I missed DLO. That's the chart you want on your watch list. And now, here it is. It's right in the buy area. Nice little 3-8 trap. Price above the T-line above the trend indicator, below the highest high in the past 5 days. 50-period moving average is still moving up. What a nice looking chart. It's above the cloud on the daily, the weekly, the 3-bar chart. It's rocking. So it's just a matter of your entry, and everybody could have a different entry. And entry could be, there's going to be breakout buyers, and there's going to be buyers. Didn't do that very well, did I? There we go. So the entry point is all right in here. I know, I hear it all the time. I want to know what the entry is. Okay, buy it at 1584 then. I hear that all the time. Everybody wants to know where the entry is. First you have to have a conviction that it's going to go up. That's number one. Have some targets, have something to shoot for. Do you see how it could, a path to profits here? And then where are you going to buy it? The entry is not magic. I personally, I like to see bulls in there. So 1580, a little above 1580 would be a trigger for me to get in. Then there's the bottom feeders. Nothing wrong with bottom feeders. Man, some of my best friends are bottom feeders. Well, get in the bottom and feed then. Right there. Sorry, I do. I get asked by so many people and no other questions. It's just, what's the entry? Oh my God. IO and Q, is that right? IO and Q. Yeah, Sonny, that's actually on my list today. IO and Q might produce a reason to buy it down here. Anything that rolls up over the 50-period moving average and then pulls back to it, that becomes a definite buy area worth looking at. So if we start to get bullish here, and like right now, there's going to be people, first thing this morning, buy IO and Q here. And then there's going to be people wait till it can kind of prove itself. I'll tell you how INQ is going to go. And I'm going to give me this one, okay? Bullishly. Give me the bullish side. And here's how it will look. It will pop up. Traders will get into it. And then it's going to pull back. Now remember, just give me the fact that it's going to be bullish. And now this is how the trade's going to work. And it will pull back. There will be traders jump in early, and they're going to be disappointed when this happens. They're going to close it out, lose money, and freak out. And then it's going to start back up and go right to there, just like that. Works like that every single time. Well, 99% of the time. Okay. So let's keep an eye on it. I love it. Looks good. And then the other one was U. Yeah, U might start coming back up. Yeah. Here we're moving down. I was short on this and it didn't work out so well, so I got out of it. And it's starting to move back up. But you're right. That is starting to look like a long chart now. Yeah. T-line and price over the trend indicator would be pretty exciting, wouldn't it? That would be pretty cool. Let's see, QUBT. Bad news on it, but it's not. Yeah, I mean, it's not down horrible. Certainly, I don't think it's viable just yet. Not quite yet. Yeah, not quite. But could be getting there. I think I'm going to keep an eye on it, though. Thank you very much. All right. I should probably call this a day so I can get the recording done. And I want to thank everybody for being here. I absolutely appreciate it. And let's see. I think I have an open house next Tuesday for those that would like to be there. You will have to register. Members, you do not have to register. But anybody else, you do have to register. Check for the link in the YouTube. And then we'll see everybody here in a little bit this morning, okay? You guys all take care. Enjoy your day. Let's try to make some money. Thanks, everyone.